Financial battlefields. Get ready for the war. 1. Entering a new financial turning point. As we move deeper into 2025, it feels like the world is entering a major shift. New financial battlefields are forming at the same time. Some are obvious, but others are smaller battles that may become much bigger later. So what does that actually mean? It means many parts of the global economic system are starting to collide, and these collisions will shape who controls money and power in the future. Footnote: this section explains that multiple global financial conflicts are forming at once. 2. The biggest battle, West versus China. The most visible conflict is the struggle between the United States and China. This fight is not just about money. It is about technology, politics, global rules, and who will control the world economy for decades. Whoever controls the system gains something close to global sovereignty. That means answering to no one. So what does that actually mean? Only one side can dominate the world's financial rules. Footnote: this section shows how the US and China are fighting for long-term financial power. 3. Paper money versus real assets. Another battle is between fiat money and real stores of value. Fiat currencies lose value over time, while assets like gold hold purchasing power. As treasury prices fall and gold prices rise, many countries are shifting from paper promises to physical value. This signals a slow move away from trust in fiat systems. Footnote: this section highlights the shift from paper currency to real, tangible value. 4. Fiat versus fiat in a digital age. The dollar still dominates all other currencies. But now a new fight is forming: digital fiat versus digital fiat. Digital dollars and stablecoins are growing fast. These digital currencies may decide which nations keep their financial power. The United States is positioned to strengthen its dominance if its digital dollars spread worldwide. Footnote: this section explains how digital money is becoming a new source of global competition. 5. Stablecoins change global power. Stablecoins allow the dollar to reach people and countries without using traditional banks. This could increase U.S. influence and weaken smaller nations' control over their own money systems. So what does that actually mean? Code, not banks, may shape who holds economic power. Footnote: this section shows how stablecoins could shift power away from local governments. 6. Treasury versus the Federal Reserve. A new internal battle is forming in the U.S., the Treasury versus the Federal Reserve. The Treasury controls policy for the dollar, while the Fed controls monetary policy. But digital dollars could give the Treasury more power, possibly weakening the Fed's role. This could become a major conflict because neither side wants to lose authority over money. Footnote: this section explains why the Fed and Treasury may clash over control of digital money. 7. Banks versus corporations. If stablecoins become widely used, big corporations might issue their own digital dollars. Large companies like tech firms could compete with banks for deposits. Banks could lose customers to corporate digital wallets. This creates a new battlefield where money, power, and trust compete in new ways. Footnote: this section shows how corporations may challenge banks by issuing digital money. 8. Global digital currency conflicts. Other nations will launch their own digital currencies. Some major countries may resist U.S. digital dominance, but smaller countries may not have the tools to fight back. Because the dollar already dominates global finance, digital dollars have a big head start. Footnote: this section highlights how new digital currencies will compete for global influence. 9. What this means for the future. Many battles are forming at the same time: nations versus nations, banks versus companies, governments versus their own financial systems. How these battles unfold over the next 5 years will shape the world's economic structure. So what does that actually mean? People who understand these shifts early can better protect themselves in a time of major change. Footnote: This section explains that understanding these battles helps people prepare for financial changes.